Some more track for Nemesis Reborn has been spotted in the Alton Towers car park, despite the fact the ride is fully complete. Thorpe Park have unveiled their brand new map for 2024, meaning Hyperia has had its height restriction and more information revealed. And a brand new roller coaster is coming to a theme park in Yorkshire. I bet you can't guess where. And all that and more has happened this past week in theme parks. That is right, we are back for the most random episode of the best series on the planet, if I do say so myself. And I've got a very strange set of news today to report on, because there's just a lot of weird stuff and none of it makes sense. But I shall stand in my humble abode and tell you all about it. And if you do enjoy these episodes of this past week in theme parks, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that a lot. So then, what do we talk about first? I seem to ask that to myself every single episode. I need to stop doing that. Let's discuss the fact there is a brand new roller coaster opening in a theme park in Yorkshire. And yes, I've previously talked about the fact there is an area of land that is currently home to the Lost River ride at Flamingo Land that could be a very good fit for a brand new area or coaster. And it's not in that space, nor is it at Flamingo Land. If you ever heard of the theme park Lightwater Valley, you know, the one that had the longest roller coaster in the UK and Europe, and the second longest in the world, that's the theme park that's getting this brand new coaster. And no, this time, sadly, it's not manufactured by British Rail. They recently announced a brand new ride called the Rocket Roller Coaster. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. I don't actually know if that last bit is part of the name or not, but, you know, I said it anyway. I'm giving you the full experience, and there's actually a tiny bit of information that we can get from what they've released. Space helmets on, set your orbit for Lightwater Valley, and let's get intergalactic. Embark on an out-of-this-world adventure and soar above the park on the Rocket Roller Coaster. With gravity-defying twists, turns, and spins, this coaster is perfect for the older kids looking for adrenaline. 3, 2, 1... So as you can see by that, it's going to soar above the park. It's going to have gravity-defying twists and turns, and it might even spin. Oh my god. Now from that, we can kind of gauge it could be a spinning coaster. We can't put that judgment aside. It probably is just an exaggerated word, but oh well. And we can also assume that the fact, because on the website it says that it's new, that it will open this year, hopefully. And as much as they said it's for the adrenaline-seeking older kids, it's definitely just going to be a family coaster, if not a family thrill, you know, the borderline of... borderline. That very fine border between family and thrill, that middle ground. I reckon that's what this could be. We don't know a manufacturer or anything. We know it's going to be themed to rockets, quite clearly. And it'll be interesting to see what comes of this brand new coaster and if it's actually any good. But I'm sure it'll be a nice fit for the park. I'm still very annoyed they got rid of Raptor Attack, but oh well, I'll move past it. And something that actually wasn't removed, but it's being added, is a map to Thorpe Park. They literally had a map all the time. They've basically revealed their brand new map for the Thorpe Park 2024 season. And there's actually quite a lot of different things we can look at on this map here. In the jungle section, which is the red, you can see Thorpe Park are adding a new Indian and bubble tea eating place called Bubble and Spice Kitchen. And if you ever went to Wilderness Bar and Kitchen or Bush Barbecue, or Sticky Sisters as it was called, then it's basically replacing that, we can assume. There's also going to be a brand new fish and chip shop in place of this old wrap place near Ghost Train. It is Aramark, so don't get your hopes up. But of course, with it being the 2024 season Thorpe Park map, the biggest and main thing on there is the addition of Hyperia and its area. Look how cool that looks. You can see the entire layout of the ride with the trains on it, and there's a brand new area around it too, and it is grouped together again in yellow, so I'm counting it as a new area. I don't care, and it just looks brilliant. I love how it's put together on that map. The shop as you exit Hyperia will be called the Hyporium, which I think is an amazing name. There's also going to be a dessert shop called Cloud9 Treats. I like that name too. And then out of everything in that combined space, the best thing of all, you know what I'm going to say, Burger King. No, of course, silly. I mean, the Mack Hypercoaster. The trains that are on the track have a nice golden front car and will probably have a gold side wall as well, with the black seats very similar to Icon's trains, which I really do love. Clearly the station will have beaming lights as you enter and exit it, so it looks like you're entering into heaven, and the entrance of the ride may look a bit like that. Yes, you see sort of the outward wings with a sign over the top maybe saying Hyperia, or it might be on the side, I don't know. But if it is two wings, pretty cool. I think that ride is going to look beautiful when it opens. But what will sadly not look beautiful is the Hyperia viewing area. If you didn't know, Hyperia was supposed to have this really nice open plan viewing area where you could just stand there and watch the ride going around on the edge of the lake, and you could see sort of the final brake run, the first drop would be quite close, and of course that splashdown too. It was in all of the concepts, and it's now not on the map. Where has it gone? Well, someone did ask about this and why it's sort of not on the map. Is it still happening? And Thorpe Park have confirmed it's been axed and there won't actually be a viewing area. But now that'll just be the singular exit pass. So you won't be able to go maybe right up to the lake, but you'll be able to see that view sort of. So it's technically still there, but not. It's a big sad, but at the same time, it's a Mack hypercoaster and it's going to be insane. So I'm not going to complain. And there is something that you won't be complaining about either, because the height restriction of Hyperia has been revealed. And as much as you know, the Swarm, Stealth, Nemesis Inferno, all these thrill rides at the park are a 1.4 meter height restriction, including the Walking Dead the ride, which makes no sense. Hyperia will actually be a 1.3 meter height restriction. So if you are 10 centimeters under 1.4 and you're like, no, I won't be able to go on Nemesis, don't worry, you can still somehow go on the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster and not the Walking Dead, which still doesn't make sense. It is amazing to see that that is the case though, and I'm sure no one will be complaining. And guess what else I'm not complaining about? I'm just very confused about Nemesis Reborn. So if you haven't seen and you sort of, you know, live under a rock, Nemesis Reborn for a multitude of months has been complete and has even started testing recently. And when I say it's been complete and the sort of testing has taken place, you can put two and two together and realise the track is fully done. You know, all the track's in, no more should be on the car park like it was before. Well, that's what we thought. It was noticed very recently that a long piece of track is just sat in the car park, and I don't know whether it's been recently delivered or something, or it's been sat there for it definitely hasn't been sat there for ages. I didn't see it when I went. What the hell is that for? Me when I buy an IKEA flat pack and they give me an extra door. There's a lot of questions about what this track piece is. Is it real? Has it been manufactured by B&M? Has it been manufactured by B&M but it won't be used for real purposes? Did Alton Towers make that as just a fake one? And is it just made of polystyrene? Well, whoever and whatever has made it, it looks very real. So fair play to whoever made it. There are a lot of people that are talking about this, and a few people have said that it might be the original track that they used to sort of test the paint to see how it looked against the old Nemesis track. And that is a good point. But why would they have moved it to the car park very recently for no reason? And as much as I joked about the IKEA flat pack thing, there are people saying that it could have just been a spare piece of track, which I don't personally think so. But what I think, I might be completely wrong in this, I reckon that it is a very well put together, handcrafted piece of art. Alton Towers have specifically crafted this piece of track, or had it delivered from B&M, purely for a part of the theming. And I have spoken about this in previous videos where the sort of track wrapping around effect could work. I said that it could go on the entrance. I don't think that's happening. It could go on the entrance to the area like the Nemesis one, although I don't think that's going to happen either. My thoughts is it's either going to be used for this rumoured entrance to Forbidden Valley, or my best guess that it's probably going to be something to do with the station building. We very much knew the old Nemesis to have these old fabricated pieces of track coming out of the monster and sort of, I don't know, tying the monster down, I guess. But maybe like in the promo where we saw the sort of monster come out of the ground and rip one of the supports, what if the other hand, if that is going to happen, rips out a piece of track? I just feel like it's too good to be true. They were recently putting in a lot of the station theming, especially like the teeth and stuff, which I showed in a previous video, so go watch that if you haven't. So to have that piece of track on the car park waiting to sort of be installed, it really wouldn't surprise me if that's going in to that station area. Like I said though, it could go into the Forbidden Valley main entrance. We know that that's being made, and there's sort of like metal framing we saw for that, and also the markings we saw during the season. Maybe it's that, or maybe it is a rework of that Nemesis gun thing. I have no idea. I'm not a Nemesis specialist. But either way, there is so much possibility and opportunity and normality and punctuality with that piece of track, and I can't wait to see them wrap it around the corkscrew at the front entrance to the park. What do you think to all this news, especially with that Nemesis track piece? Leave it in the comments below and make sure you subscribe. Good night.